Another great change has happened inside of Illustrator CS5. It's its ability to be able to handle artboards. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to print, and I'm going to make one artboard the size of a letter, and I'll leave myself, let's say, to inches. I'll click OK, and that's pretty straightforward. Now, in earlier versions, when you were working with artboards, you knew that what you needed to be able to do was to be able to select the artboard tool, and from here, you had the option to be able to kind of drag out and set up different pieces of artboard. So now this is another artboard, and the moment that I select back in my selection tool, it brings me back into my regular document. If I want to be able to go back and see those, all I have to do is click on the artboard. Now I can go ahead and I can move stuff and kind of get it exactly where I want. I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in, bring myself in there. I'll go ahead and zoom out here, and maybe I'll create another artboard over here. So now I have 3 artboards. I click out. There I am, all set up. Now, I know you've already seen it because I think it's awesome. Take a look. Artboard 1, Artboard 2, Artboard 3. I love the fact that now you have the option to be able to rename your artboards and do whatever it is that you need to do with them from an organizational standpoint. You get all of that functionality right here through the Artboards panel. Now you can go ahead and you can organize and move your artboards around as you see fit. Right? So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and highlighting them kind of gets you into them and allows you to be able to take a look where you are. Notice that you can delete empty artboards, you can rearrange artboards. So this is a great way for you to be able to do stuff. You can set your overall layout as well as move any artwork with the artboard as you see fit. Now, I like using artboards to be able to kind of create something that has unity. So let's just go ahead and let me just kind of show you what I mean here. Let's say that the artboard that I have here is one specific size. This is a letter size. Let's say that this is a number 10 envelope, and let's say that this is a card that I want to be able to work with. Now, from here, we know that in the earlier lesson, we learned a little bit about how to be able to play with strokes. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do this. Okay, and I'll create one stroke here, and I have no fill. Maybe what I'll do now is I'll just kind of come in here, and having this stroke set, I'll come over here to my sizing. I'll turn this a little different. Bring this in, bring this out, bring this out, bring this in. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take this side, bring that side in a little bit, just to do something different. Right? Once that difference is set, maybe what I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll go to Object, and on the Object, I'm going to take this path and I'm going to expand it. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it gets away from me. Expand appearance. I have that set up. And maybe what I'll do in here is under my swatches, I'm just going to pick a swatch, any swatch right now. And I'll bring this out. All right, well, when I said any, I probably didn't mean that one. Let me just go ahead and find something else that I think is going to work kind of cool. So let's say that's going to work. And then what I'll do is I'll give this a stroke so we don't get lost there. Once I have that set, here's a cool thing. I'm going to go to Rotate, and on the Rotate, I'm going to Alt-click this one spot right there. And I'm going to set it to rotate a specific degree. So let's just say I go 5 degrees. It goes in that direction. So notice that's the rotation that it's doing. But by Alt-clicking, what I did is I Alt-clicked on that center point. That's the point of rotation. So that takes care of it in one shot. Instead of clicking OK, I'm going to click on Copy. And that's going to place a copy there. Great part about that is that now I can just go ahead and do a Command or Control D to be able to kind of duplicate that over and over and over and over and over. So take a look. No time flat. I've got a cool new design. Now, inside of here, I want to be able to take this design and I want to be able to do something with it. So maybe what I'll do is I'll increase the point sizes a couple times, and I want this design to be a part of the repeated element on all of these different things. So I have that set like so, and then maybe what I'll do here is I'll just use my pen tool to kind of do this. One. Let's get a click right there. Maybe click right there, 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 and all click right in the beginning. Now, I don't care what kind of color this is, really. This can be black if I really wanted to. I'll go ahead and I'll take this and take this off. I'll swap that. I'm going to highlight everything that I have set there. I'm going to do a right click, and I'm going to make a clipping mask. So now I have something that spans all three different types of artboards. So that makes it a lot easier to be able to have common elements of design in here. Now what I could do is I could add some text to this one area. I'm going to go to one of my favorite websites. I'll go ahead and I'll come over here and lorem2.com. I'm going to go ahead and select some long paragraphs. I'll copy that and minimize that. Using my text tool, I'm going to go ahead and just drag out a spot here. And inside of there, I'm going to paste. I'm going to hit the enter key once, paste, enter, once, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste. From there, I can go ahead and just select this little red dot in this box, drag out another text box, and maybe come over here. And now what I want to do is I'm going to finish that over in this one area. So I'll click, and I'm just going to drag out a box right here. Right. So let's just say that you have a layout that looks kind of like this. Right now it's spanning across different things. Move this down a little bit. I would put a header or do something with that. This could be your small invite. This could be your main information. This could be your envelope. So now that I have that one selected, I'll just come over here. I'll go to the artboard options, and inside of this, I'll call this main letter. Highlight option number 2. Go ahead and go to the artboard options. And inside of the artboard options, I can go ahead and call this envelope. Go to option number 3. Notice I'm just double clicking on them to be able to switch to the view there. And then just click on the flyout, artboard options, and small invite. So the option to be able to give these things names, I think, is a great thing. Switch back to your selection tool, and now you have your stuff set up. Once you have this done, you can go ahead and click on File and do a Save As. And now let's just say that we want to send this to somebody to review. I can send this as a PDF and just call it Sample. Inside of there, that'll create our PDF outlines. I can go ahead and set up any kind of security or any kind of work that I can do from there. I'll go ahead and I'll save that PDF. Now let's go ahead and bring up the PDF. And the great part about it is now we have one section, we have one page. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll just show that one page. There's our second page that does something else. There's our third page that does something else. So, and we know exactly what they do. Now, we'll go back into Illustrator, and inside of Illustrator, I could take these artboards and I can export. And when I export, I use all the artboards. And now maybe what I want to do is I want to be able to export them as JPEGs. I'll come over here and I'll export. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I'm going to let them export out. And here's the cool part. When you have them export out, there's sample envelope, there's sample main letter, there's small invite. So you can go inside of Illustrator and you can make all of these changes by just doing different artboards. You don't need multiple documents. You do everything right in this one spot. And then from here, you can go ahead and save all of an identity inside of one spot. You can even take this a step further if you want and kind of zoom into one area. And let's just say that that's the area that you want to be able to work with. You can get and just go to View and set up a new view right here and then call this view Invite. You can come over here to this one area. Let's get and hide the artboard. Let's say I want to work with the envelope. You can click on View, go to New View, and you can call this Envelope. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll zoom out over here, get myself to a spot where I can just work on the letter. Let's say that I do it like that, and go over here and go to View, New View, and call this letter. Now you have one big project that you're saving in one Illustrator file, and you could always just go to View, and then inside of the View menu, just go ahead and select View, and then select Envelope, View or select Invite, or View and select Letter, and you can move around the document.